Hello everyone and welcome to Epic 7 with VenomBlade. So today we are actually looking at the lovely lady here called Aria. She's just on the Lifesteal set here with a critical hit set as well to bring her up to 100% critical hit chance. So she's not actually completely skill enhanced right now, but I'm just going to use her and you can see for yourself how she bodes in battle. I've actually got her on the symbol of unity as well. Gives her a little bit more chance to hit those units who can evade. As well as if she has some kind of blind debuff on her, she's going to actually hit as well. Well, it has a chance to hit anyway. Right, first and foremost, I think a lot of people are using her for the Wyvern 13 team. So I'm actually going to show you a Wyvern 13 run right now. She's actually pretty quick. I've only just tested her out and she seems to do pretty well. So rather than G Purges, I actually put Aria on the front lines. We actually got Cigarette there with 2 level 50 units and Aria in the front lines. Let's go and see how she does against Wyvern 13. Let's just start off as usual. There's no edit here, this is the actual first one. I'm just going to leave it on full auto right now and see how she does. So in this stage, I think people usually have her on quite fast, Aria, so that she activates the counter attack quite early. So we don't have to waste that the cigarette's attack there on the minion. So I think on this stage, people usually build her really fast, so the minions will actually kill themselves. But so you can see when we get moved to the boss, she's already down by 1 counter stage. So I don't think it's going to counter actually. I don't think you can actually counter this Wyvern. Yeah, so the counter buff doesn't really work anyway for Wyvern, so it's kind of wasted there. But because we're on the Lifesteal set, I think it actually helps keep her alive, as you can see. Her defense is strong enough to keep that sustainability on herself. Again, we're healing 3300 here. If we calculate the total damage that Wyvern does on her, so that's 1000 there, less than 1000, and then 500 damage there, so not much damage on her if she has very high defense anyway, so... as long as you're keeping up those debuffs as well on the Wyvern, as you can see, the attack down and the defense break, I think it's okay if you keep the debuffs on her. Alright, so currently we only have attack down, so I think Aria might die here. Oh wait. Ooh, it's attacking my cigarette because we don't have enough debuffs, but it's fine. I think it's fine. Hopefully it's fine.
Please disappear.
Yeah, I think it's okay here. So I actually tested this out, and she actually tanks quite well. As long as you have the right team set up anyway, she can be okay in the front lines, Aria. Although she doesn't bring much to the table. Usually I have G Purges there. But G-Pro just doesn't really do anything neither. He just pushes up the team's combat readiness. But as you can see a minute ago, it's actually fine without G-Pro just there. You can actually just have Aria to tank the front lines. Now I'll give her a test a bit later on these 3 hunts, but I don't think she'll do very well in terms of getting that that faster clearance. Alright, so let's go into Arena now and see how she does in against AI players. So yeah, I think in RTA it's going to be even harder. But let's go into Arena anyway and see how she does against meta defenses. So I'm in Champion 5 at the moment, so it's probably different in Champion, the higher ranks of Champion and in Legend. But we're going to test out in Champion 5 what the meta's like and how Aria deals with these comps anyway. So let's go ahead with just working our way down the list here. Let's go with the first one. Okay, so this is my usual team comp that I bring with Aria. It's just the normal, just protect Aria and then she'll protect you back kind of thing. Okay, you show some love for Aria and she'll show you some love back. Let's just bring her along, even though it's a very wacky team here with Landy. She kind of counters Aria because you can't obviously counter attack after Landy does her S3. But we're going to go and see how this team does anyway against their team there. Alright, let's just go ahead.
I'll make you taste despair.
I'll just explain to you the team comp that I have. It's I have Ricky on the front lines. He's just going to be the cleanser for the team, just in case we get huge amounts of debuffs. We have Amelia, who's a CR pusher, so give her a turn. And then we have Christy, who's the effect resistance giver for her. And basically Aria is just the main damage dealer of this team here. So what we can do is push up Aria. and then just go with the S3. And just keep your fingers crossed and pray that she does something. So as you can see here, the Landy S3 is going to deal some damage to us. We're not going to be able to counter back. Yeah, so you see there's a lot of big AoE damage here. So once the AoE damage does, come through, they do take your other units off stealth, which is the problem which I see here with Aria, is that if the enemy team... Ooh, she's nearly dead. She is nearly dead. But I think we do some big damage here now.
Will suit you, yeah.
4,000 damage. Not that. Not that great neither. Oh, she's got her S3 up again. Let's go ahead and see if we can cleanse off this Sirmia. Never mind. So we still get those counter attacks from Aria.
This is it.
Got to be kidding.
Harold will just die. He's in the way right now. Okay, there we go. But Sirmia's got her S3. No!
I will cut you down.
Oh. Oh, we're still alive. Oh, we're still alive. Oh no, it's the Landy S3.
I see fear in your eyes.
We're still alive. Right, let's see if Aria can take this. Okay. So, these teams that I'm actually focusing on is actually having Aria as the main soloer of my team. So let's go ahead with the second, well, the top one. Let's just keep going for working our way down. But let's go ahead with the next team, see how it goes. So, like I said before, Aria definitely needs a team to help her out. She doesn't do well by herself. She needs somebody to push her up because she's... if you build her slow, you're not going to get enough. So if you build her slow, she won't have enough speed to catch up with the enemies, and they'll just all like bombard her with attacks before she gets the counter attack. Otherwise, if you build her too fast, you won't have enough of the other stats like the defense and critical hit damage. You won't have enough of that. So the other problem is that the unbuffables as well. If you do get a attack from, say, Piera, and you do get unbuffables on your team, then Aria, and as well as your whole team, is pretty much destroyed because they can't get that stealth, and Aria can't get the counter attack that she needs. So that's another problem with Aria, is that you have to bank on maybe having Cowrick before your combat readiness pushes. So I actually need Cowrick a bit faster, so you can actually cleanse off Emilia before Emilia pushes Aria up. So otherwise you get something like this, where your unbuffed characters will just get destroyed first. But now that the Emilia's gone, we do have oh, that Rimuru does a lot of damage.
Are you ignoring my warning?
Well, there we go. As you can see, Aria is now invisible, stealthed as well, like the rest of the units. So as you see in that battle there, she doesn't do very well against big nukers like Huayang and Rimuru. So if Emilia didn't get that unbuffable on her, Huayang would have went straight onto Aria, did a huge amount of damage to her, and then we have Rimuru as well, who just completely kills her. So there's a big counter that Rimuru in every team right now. A lot of these teams anyway, if I refresh, it'll probably be like loads of Rimuru here. But Rimuru really counters Aria anyway, so you can't really bring an Aria team comp to the battle. Right, let's keep going then. Let's go on to the top one. We are up against here. We have a Violet. So let's see how Aria does against a Violet. So we do have the Hand of God artifact. So it's going to give us a 20% extra chance to actually hit the Violet. So that's a very low chance to hit him. But you can hit him either way if she does enough counter attacks. Alright, so I just changed up Cowrick's equipment a little bit, so I'm making him a little bit faster than Emilia. So hopefully Cowrick will go first, and then we have Emilia who's going to push up the Aria. Let's go over this team and see how he actually does against a team like this with Aola and Violet. So Aola's going to go first. That's fine because Cowrick kind of
I'm sensing corrupt energy.
Yeah, she kind of counters Aola. So, as you can see again, guys, Aria definitely needs some team building before she's actually effective. You need to build a team around her to make her work. Okay, so now we have Amelia who can push up Aria. See her jump ahead, that's fine. Let's go ahead with the S3 now, get that counter buff on, and see how she works against a Gab up to Vildred and a Violet. There you go, let's see how much damage she does. 2000 damage, not too much damage. She steals it back anyway, so that's fine. So we do have Symbol of Unity, hopefully it works. Can we hit the Violet? No, we still missed. So I'm thinking like maybe in a different artifact probably better on her. The one that does a little bit of extra damage, regardless whether it hits, probably be better for the Violets and stuff. Wow, she's gonna take a lot of damage. Oh wait. Okay, so as you can see, the stealth, once it goes off on your allies, the whole team is in trouble again. So it's hard to build a team just based on Aria, I think. You can't really include her in a normal battle as well, unless you build her really fast. But then she won't have the defense. Well, actually, you can actually build her. I guess you can. Yeah, I think maybe you can actually build her with a lot of speed, just to get that counter attack on her. But it's very risky. So she does a lot of damage, as you can see. If we had a Hua-Young here, we could have killed this Violet, but I don't think we have a chance now.
Are you ignoring my warning?
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Well. Okay, that's one way to take out a Violet. That's lucky. Well, we have two more, but I've actually run out of flags, so let's go ahead and just use up some Sky Stones.
I got this.
Alright, the next one up, we do have another Rimuru here. So how to counter these Rimurus? That's the problem. Let's just go ahead with the same team. Like, we do have an ML Celine there as well with the revive. But I think if we can actually tank out this Rimuru, depending on what build he has, if he's actually on like really high damage build, then we might not be able to beat this team here. Oh, as well as she's going to push back Carrot, couldn't she? It's fine. Right, so we go on to Aria. Let's see what happens here with our S3. So as I said before, Rimuru is a big counter to Aria. Everything that Rimuru does can actually just kill off Aria quite easily. And that's a lot of buffs on them right now. That's not healing enough. Alright, so the big thing is here, Aria's dead, so we have to just quit. Alright, so the last team here is good. We don't have Rimuru, as you can see. We only lose against Rimuru right now. Everything else seems to be fine. So I guess in one way that you could actually build this is probably go with ML Lilius. So we go ML Lilius into Hua-Young. And then Hua-Young can actually kill off the Rimuru first. So once you kill off the Rimuru, we just have to keep Aria alive until she can get that S3 up. Which is actually quite hard, but it's doable. I think in teams like with Rimuru, I think you have to swap out your team and try to build it towards countering the enemy's team. So in this team up here, I think we can actually go with the same. I think it should be fine. I think we should be okay. Let's go.
Do not interfere. It's time for an execution.
That Police is a counter as well. So our combat readiness push on Aria.
Must pay.
It's not going to be effective enough, I don't think, because it gets reduced. Let's just do S3 first. Cleanse it off. I think Hua-Young kills off my Christie here.
Expected this.
Ouch.
Time for the
Getting a lot of damage. So, as we can see here, guys, Rimuru is a counter. Police is a counter as well. For anybody who can combat readiness push her, you can't actually do it.
like you.
But take note that this is probably different if you have a fast Aria, but because we built a slow Aria, I think we just have to take it as it comes. Right, so once we get Aria on our counter set, let's see what she can do. Let's just take the attack buff off
Allow me to
Hua Young. We don't
purify
actually need that there.
I'll give you.
Okay. Lucky I am on Wondrous Potion, but I didn't expect her to land that. Is she on effect? Ignore effect resistance if she is stealthed. Is that the case? 60% chance to stun, I think. I don't know if it's ignore effect resistance. Okay. Let's just see what Aria can do.
危険です。下がっていてください。決めます。
The greater
Okay, we do have blind debuff, but again we got the hand of God, so
sacrifice.
shouldn't be too many misses.
I'll do anything
There we go.
for her.
You see quite a lot of damage done to the entire enemy team. Do not counter me, please. If you could. So again, we've gone to that stage where we're actually past, you know, everybody having stealth now. So what we could do now,
You regret
I'm not
this.
certain of, but let's go see if we can kill off these DPS units anyway. Once we kill off Rem, it should be fine. Oh, we still have Hua Young actually. But it's okay. Carrot's going to take the
I
heat.
never fight a losing
Let's just punch Hua Young.
今なら許してあげるから
Let's just go on Hua Young. No dual attack. I'm actually hoping for that dual attack from Aria. But we still have one round of counter attacks here. So, wow, okay. What can we do? Let's just go on Hua Young.
You fool.
Okay, so luckily we do have the Soul Burn for S1, which gives an extra turn, so we can actually blast this off twice. So I think we should be able to kill off Hua Young.
I see
There we go.
fear in your eyes.
And we just have Politis. There we go.
これで終わりね
Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of counters to Aria, but one of the big issues is actually Rimuru. So if you find a team that doesn't have a Rimuru, or you try and take out the Rimuru early, then I think you can actually counter it that way. And that has been Aria for Wyvern 13 and in Arena. So she works well in Wyvern 13. If she's on the front line, she can actually tank up some of the damage done by Wyvern. But in terms of Arena, she does have a lot of counters. You know, you have to properly manage who you're fighting against. If you're against like Rimuru and Violet, you're not going to be able to hit that Violet as if with any water unit. But you know, you have to watch out for those big high ST damage units as well as she gets countered by high damage AoE as well. You know, it'll take the stealth off your teammates, and you know, and she doesn't get focused as much, etc, etc. As well as she has a Soul Burn, which you have to activate manually when you're on the offense team. You know, she's not going to activate the Soul Burn in defense. You know, the AI is not going to activate it anyway. So she's going to have that period of time where she doesn't have a counter buff on herself, and she's just going to basically sit there and do nothing. So it's funny to play around with Aria. She's a very strange unit. Definitely fun when it actually works. You know, when you do build a team around her, bring her up to get that counter buff on her, and then she does actually do well. She does a lot of damage when she does counter. But it's just that initial stage of getting her to having her activate the S3. Counter attack buff actually applies to her. It can actually be dispelled as well. So that's another thing that Aria has to watch out for. So there's a lot of counters to her. In today's meta, you have to like build a team around her. You have to watch out for debuffs. You have to watch out for big damage. You have to watch out for ignore effect resistance. You have to watch out for ignore defense. And there's so many units out there that actually counters her now that she's not actually really viable in Arena. Only in offense teams, but even so, it's 50-50. But as you can see, it is fun when she does work well. So it's a pretty average unit, I think. You know, I give her about two stars out of 5. She is fun to use, but it's also not very fun when you watch the whole team crumble because of one unit. But that is it for my Aria review for today, everyone. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.